Well, I got something from the Department of the Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Maybe everybody's getting these letters, I don't know, but it says you may be eligible to claim credits and a refund. Our records show that you may qualify for one or more of the credits below, expanded by the American Rescue Plan Act for 2021. Well, they talk about recovery rebate credit, child tax credit, which my child is a furry child, so I don't think it would be that, and an earned income tax credit. I don't know, maybe with all the hiring of the IRS people, this is a really good lure to get people. Who knows? But I thought maybe I should go and look at the American Rescue Plan Act for 2021 because I've never heard of that before. So, American Rescue Plan Act? Well, let's find out what that is. American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Okay, let me share my screen and we'll take a look at this, okay? Let's see what it is. Never heard of it before. And I took an allergy pill so I can stop doing this clearing of my throat thing. All right, how do I get rid of this one screen? Let's get out of here. Go gadgets. I want to look at this. Okay. American Rescue Plan. That's new. There's the whitehouse.gov. There's congress.gov. HR 1319. 117. Let's look at that. Let's see what this says. What is it? Open, says me. My computer's going a little slow right now. Congress.gov. So, let's see what this thing is. Is there a PDF somewhere? So PDF, let's look at the PDF. Okay, I hope everybody can see this. Public Law 117, 2, March 11th, 2021. American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Whoa, this looks long. Okay. Let's see. Whoops, I gotta turn this stuff off. Yes, we are having our Zoom right now. If anybody wants to join us, come on in. All right, so an act to provide for reconciliation pursuant to Title II. Excuse me. I'm just getting better. Okay. What does that say? Resolution 5. Be enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress assembled. This act may be cited as the American Rescue Plan Act. Let's find out what's the deal. Committee on Agriculture. Title I, interesting. You know how I learned in the last reading that I did that we were considered agriculture. Nutrition and forestry. So it's talking about a food supply chain and agriculture pandemic response, emergency rural development grants for rural health care, pandemic program administration funds, funding for the USDA Officer of Inspector General for oversight of COVID-19 related programs, farm loan assistance for socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers, USDA assistance and support for socially disadvantaged farmers, ranchers, forest landowners, and operators and groups. Use of the Commodity Credit Corporation for commodities and associated expenses. Huh, what's that? That's interesting. And then subtitle B is nutrition. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, additional assistance for SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, online purchasing and technology improvements, additional funding for nutrition assistance programs, commodity supplemental food program, improvements to WIC benefits, WIC program modernization, meals and supplements reimbursements for individuals who have not attained the age of 25, pandemic EBT program, Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. Subtitle A, Education Matters. Department of Education, Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund, emergency assistance to non-public schools. Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund. What are you worrying about? What is it, Karma? I don't want you going outside. It got dark all of a sudden. There could be coyotes out there. Outlying areas, Gallaudet University, Student Aid Administration, Howard University, Public Law 117-2, March 11th, 2021. National Technical Institute for the Deaf, Institute of Education Sciences, Program Administration, Office of Inspector General, modification of revenue requirements for proprietary institutions of higher education, funding for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Part 2, miscellaneous, National Endowment for the Arts, National Endowment for the Humanities, Institute of Museum and Library Services. Huh. Cool. Subtitle B, Labor Matters. Funding for Department of Labor Worker Protection Activities. Subtitle C, Human Services and Community Supports. Child Care and Development Block Grant Program. Child Care Stabilization, Head Start. Programs for Survivors, Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment. Corporation for National and Community Service of the National Service Trust. Wonder what that is. Funding for COVID-19 vaccine activities at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Funding for vaccine confidence activities. Funding for supply chain for COVID-19 vaccines, therapeutics, and medical supplies. Funding for COVID-19 vaccine, therapeutic, and device activities at the Food and Drug Administration. Sheesh. Reduced cost sharing. Subtitle E is testing, funding for COVID-19 testing, contact tracing, and mitigation activities. Funding for SARS-CoV-2, genomic sequencing and surveillance. Oh. Excuse me. Funding for global health. Funding for data modernization and forecasting center. Subtitle F, Public Health Workforce, funding for public health workforce, funding for medical research. This is all about money, people. Subtitle G, Public Health Investments, funding for community health centers and community care, funding for national health. There's a lot of funding going on here. Funding for Nurse Corps, funding for teaching and health centers that operate graduate medical education, funding for family planning. Subtitle H, Mental Health and Substance Use Disorder, funding for block grants for community mental health services, funding for block grants for prevention and treatment of substance abuse, funding for mental health and substance use disorder training for healthcare professionals, paraprofessionals, and public safety officers, funding for education and awareness, campaign encouraging healthy work conditions and use of mental health and substance use disorder services by healthcare professionals, funding for grants for healthcare providers to promote mental health among their health professional workforce, funding for community-based funding for local substance use disorder services, funding for community-based funding for local behavioral health needs. Why don't they just stop, say, funding and just put funding at the top, because it's all for funding for the National Child Traumatic Stress Network and for Project Aware. Excuse me. So it looks like there's an awful lot of funding going on here, folks. You can read all this. Where was it? Congress.gov. Interesting. Wow. They got exchange grant programs, continued assistance to rail workers, ratepayer protection, older Americans, grand families, and kinship families. Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Hey, subtitle B, Housing Provisions. Emergency Rental Assistance. Emergency Housing Vouchers. Emergency Assistance for Rural Housing. Oh, that could work. Housing Counseling. Homelessness Assistance and Supportive Services Program. Homeowner Assistance Fund. Relief measures for Section 502, 504 direct loan borrowers, fair housing activities. So they got small business, credit initiative, public transportation, Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. Wow, okay, so this all popped up. This is something that people could look at. Small business and entrepreneurship, modifications to Paycheck Protection Program. Interesting. So because of this new particular, what is it called? It's an act. You can receive the full amount of these credits, even if you have little to no income. Payroll support program. Hey, Committee on Veterans Affairs. Funding for claims and appeals processing. For medical care, health needs, for supply chain modernization, funding for state homes, funding for the Department of Veterans Affairs Office, Inspector General, the COVID-19 Veteran Rapid Retraining Assistance Program, prohibition on co-payments and cost sharing for veterans during emergency related to COVID-19, Emergency Department of Veteran Affairs Employee Leave Fund. So they even have an extension of pandemic unemployment assistance, temporary financing of short-time compensation payments in states with programs and law. Extension of unemployment provisions, FFCRA. What is that? Federal funding? Department of Labor funding, funding for administration, funding for fraud prevention. Really? Interesting. Emergency assistance to families through home visiting programs. Oh. Elder justice, emergency assistance to children and family, pandemic emergency assistance. So apparently this happened in, what was it, March 2021 of this year? And what is it now? October? So the was it the IRS? It says Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, that because of this act, we might be given provisions under this act for whatever it is. I guess all these things right here, there's all these opportunities, I suppose. Hawaiian healthcare systems, huh? Medicare, Children's Health Insurance Program. Public Law, Committee of Foreign Relations. I hear ya. Indian Health Service, Bureau of Indian Affairs, Housing Assistance and Supportive Services Programs for Native Americans. Hey, I know some Native Americans. What else do they have? Bureau of Indian Education. So, Oh, appropriation. What does this mean? In addition to amounts otherwise available, there is appropriated to the Secretary of Agriculture for fiscal year 2021 out of any money in the Treasury not otherwise appropriated. Was that $4 million to remain available until expended to carry out this section? Use of funds. The Secretary of Agriculture shall use the amounts made available pursuant to subsection A to purchase food and agriculture commodities, to purchase and distribute agricultural commodities, including fresh produce, dairy, seafood, eggs, and meat. So it sounds like, when they're giving out the food and stuff, that this is probably part of the deal. To make grants and loans for small or mid-sized food processors or distributors, to make loans and grants to provide for other assistance to maintain and improve food and agricultural supply chain, animal health, animal surveillance. The Secretary of Agriculture shall conduct monitoring and surveillance of susceptible animals for incidents of what? Are you kidding? Now they're saying that the animals can get SARS-CoV-2. Funding out of the amounts made available under subsection, the Secretary shall use 300, is that million? To carry out, that's a lot of money. To carry out this subsection. So I'm just wondering, where's this money coming from? Where are they getting this money from? Create a problem and then have a solution. Funding out of the amounts made available under subsection A, the Secretary shall use $1 million. Is that $1 million? 100,000. That's $1 million. Is that $1 million? No, I don't know how much that is. I took a few math classes. 100,000 would be that, and add 3 more zeros to that. That seems like $1 million to me to carry out the subsection. Well, it's up there. Okay, it's more than what I have. Grants. The Secretary of Agriculture in this section, referred to as the Secretary, shall use the funds made available by this section to establish an emergency pilot program for rural development. Hey, that sounds good. Not later than 150 days after the date of enactment. Oh, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's 5 months. So March, April, May, June, July, August. Hey, an eligible applicant, hey, to whom a grant is awarded under this section may use the grant funds for costs, including those incurred prior to the issuance, primarily serve rural areas of the Consolidated Farm and Rural Development Act, which are located in rural area, the median household income of the population to be served by which is less than the greater of the poverty line, or the applicable percentage determined under section Increase capacity. What? Did you see that? Increase capacity for vaccine distribution. I don't think so. Provide medical supplies to increase medical surge capacity. I don't think so. No. Reimbursement. Revenue lost. Yeah, there you go. That's for sure, huh? Reimbursement for revenue lost during the COVID pandemic, including revenue losses incurred prior to the awarding of the grant. Yeah. Construct temporary or permanent structures to provide healthcare services. Nah. Support staffing. Nah. Funding in addition to amounts otherwise available, appropriated to the Secretary for the fiscal year Out of any money the treasury not otherwise appropriated, 500. Is that, I don't know. I don't know how to read numbers. That would be 500,000. Then add 3 zeros. I would think if you put a comma right here, that could be 5 million, but I don't know how much that would be. A lot of money. But there's a lot of money. I'm just saying. Pandemic Program Administration Funds. Funding for the USDA Office of Inspector General for Oversight. Oh, they want to do oversight and helping. Farm loan assistance for socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers. Secretary means Secretary of Agriculture. So there's a lot of appropriation going on. Lots of money. Now that one looks like $1 million right there and 10 to remain available until expended. So there's money out there for people to get. It's probably why you're getting a lot of phone calls. Say, hey, we can get money for your business. But I don't know what the catches are. Basically, let's have your social security number. We're going to get it out for you. So interesting. This means something. And it's noticeable that they have something about nation and agriculture research. In addition to amounts otherwise made available. Oh. Is that 800 million? I don't know. It's a lot of money. Snap. So that's got to do with food, huh? Food and funding. Let's see. Wow, this thing is long. Yeah, I'm not going to read it all. Meals and supplements. Oh. So it's Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. Interesting. So it's the fall or is it winter yet? I don't know, but what's this say right here? Something about the term state means each of the 50 states, the District of Columbia, and the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. Safe return to in-person instruction. What does that mean? Well, that looks like it says 2,750,000. Maybe that's 2 billion. 750 million. Ooh, that's a lot of moolahs. A non-public schools program. That means private schools. Wow. So you could open up a private school, could you? Get some of this moolahs. That could be interesting. Wow, there's a lot to this particular act. State maintenance, high need local educational agencies, highest poverty local education agency. As a condition of receiving funds, here's a condition right here. As a condition of receiving funds, under Section 2001, a local educational agency shall not, in fiscal year 2022 or 2023, reduce per pupil funding from combined state and local funding for any high poverty school served by such local educational agency by an amount that exceeds the total, is that 2? 1? The total reduction in local educational agency funding from combined state and local funding for all schools served by the local educational agency in such fiscal year, the number of children enrolled in all such schools served by the local educational agency in such fiscal year, reduced per pupil full-time equivalent staff in any high poverty school in amount. So I guess there's conditions for getting the money. Yeah, I figured that. These are those. These are the conditions. So you can read elementary education, secondary education. Huh. So the schools are going to be getting probably why they're not charging any lunch or breakfast anymore for the kids. Well, that's public school. I think some of this stuff said it was for non-public school, right? Oh, and then there's Student Aid Administration and their Howard University talks about, in addition to amounts otherwise available, there is an appropriate to the Department of Education for the fiscal year 2021 out of any money in the Treasury not otherwise appropriated, 35 million, to remain available through September 30th, 2023 for Howard University to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus. Oh, brother. Just saying. Please, come on, get real. What if you had it 3 times? Excuse me. Can you get some money for that? For having whatever, the flu from those people that were jabbed. Miscellaneous National Endowment for the Arts. Hey. In addition to amounts otherwise available, there is appropriated for fiscal year 2021 other money, the Treasury, 135, what is that? Million? To remain available till expended under the National Foundation of the Arts. I better start doing my artwork. And the Humanities Act of 1965. 40% shall be for grants. Yeah. Hey, Omnicolor. How are you doing? I'm looking up this new act. It's the American Rescue Plan Act for 2021. And I'm just kind of skimming all of the appropriations and how much money for different things. They have like for you to get education and food. And can you hear me? Hey, nice of you to join me. I finally got you on. Yay. Were you able to hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh. Yeah, I was just looking this up because I got a little letter from the IRS, Department of the Treasury, that says that you may be eligible to claim credits for a refund. And I thought, oh, okay, well, let's look up this American, what's it called? American Rescue Plan Act. So that's what I have right here. I'm skimming it. There's a lot of grants and funding. I'm sure everybody's getting a ton of phone calls saying, hey, your business can get this much money, blah, 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 because of this act. That's what I'm looking at right here.
I think we actually did.
Did you get something?
I don't know if it was an email or what did I receive, but I can't, I don't think it was in the mail per se.
Yeah, I just got something in the mail, just sent to me. They're saying, well, and if you want to get these credits, you have to file, for your return so that you can get some of this. I don't know if it's just kind of like a fishing lure to grab you or what. You have to show them your numbers and all that jazz. Yeah.
Well, with those 87,000 new agents.
I know. This could be a good fishing.
They're luring everyone to file.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm just skimming down. There's a lot. Wow. There's a lot. Look at for child abuse prevention. A lot of stuff. Hey, there's a lot of people that because of losing jobs or divorce or this or that, there are a lot of people that, could use some of the services for mental health or emotional stuff. And so there's all these millions of dollars. I don't know if it was billions even that I was seeing here. But I do see a lot of funding for vaccine confidence. No, I don't think that. I don't have any confidence in that. But anyways, so I
No,
just
no
thought,
confidence here either.
no, yeah. I just thought I would find out what it was because I had never heard of that American Save American Act or whatever. But anyways, mental health and substance use disorder. Hey. So it looks like there's a lot of grants that people, I guess, could apply for. But how much do you want to bet? They're going to ask you for your social security number, and you're the one they're going to be funding this. That's what it is. That's what I think it is.
Probably.
That's what I think. They put it out there in print.
That's what makes the world go round.
If it did move. Their money, that is. But yeah. Well, I'm gonna get off of here. There was another thing that I thought would be interesting to look at. I think I was watching a TikTok and this young guy, he's called what's it called? Ignorance No More. Title 15, 169.3.0 or O rather -1. And he was saying that all bills are prepaid or something like that. And so I just wanted to look at that. Here it is. That's the remittance transfers. So do you know anything about the little coupon things that are on the statements that people get from the utilities?
I know some go to the treasury, but others go to the back offices,
Mm-hmm.
like I think with Chase and American Express, they go to the back office,
Mm-hmm.
and there's other ones that go to the treasury.
I wonder which ones need to be going to the treasury because I did Verizon and Edison, and I sent them to the address that was on the back of the statement. And then I got a response from Verizon. They sent me a whole new statement that's more, of course. And then they gave me a different address in New
Mhm.
Jersey, and I thought, this is that guy that's the CFO in New Jersey, Matthew D. Ellis, that I had sent last year. Well, they had said, well, we're not the fiduciary. So that's where I kind of was like, well, then who's the fiduciary? But I think I had looked up
Right.
I went on Verizon, and I think what I was looking up was no, it was Edison. I went on Edison online, they're sce.com, that's what it is in California. And I looked up the who was it? The registered agent. And I thought, oh, registered agent. Is that the one who's claiming to be me in my all caps capacity? So that's what I sent them an email, and
Huh.
I asked him, am I supposed to be sending these bills to the registered agent? Oh, that's how I found it out. I think I went to the Secretary of State. That's what I did. I went to the Secretary of State and I looked up Edison, and then they showed the registered agent, and then they showed how much money everybody's making, and boy, are they making millions.
Right.
And that's because we're all
Now, Edison, that's what, an electricity company?
yeah, that's our electricity. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, to look that up. Where do you go on the Secretary of State website to find that?
Let's try it right now and see. So you go to your Secretary of State Department. I think I went to the one in California. Yeah, there, Secretary of State, California. So I went to my
Okay,
state, Secretary of State. Let me see.
got it.
Here it is, Secretary of State, home. It was probably the ca.gov, but yeah, this is that. SOSCA.gov. So probably everybody can go to their own state
Okay,
Secretary of State. I'm waiting for my computer to
state.
go on. There you go. Then what did I do? Geesh. I think I went with businesses or something. I wanted to find out who.
Okay,
Oh, let me just try business for a second. About business programs. Hey, uniform commercial code. Hey, we could probably learn a lot about this. Have a feeling
hey,
this probably is for the state,
that
so that you could file uniform commercial code. You could get into the UCC. Business entities. I think this is what I looked at right here. More about business entities.
okay.
Then what did I do? Hey, look at that. Victims of corporate fraud. I actually emailed them right there. Those people. I clicked on that. So let me see. Business search.
Victim of corporate fraud.
Yeah. Go to business search. It's on that business entities thing.
Okay,
Then what did I do? Account access guide. First time users to file a document or place an order online. Click the account access. I don't remember doing that part. I think I went to business entities to search. I wanted to find out about Edison. Here, I think right here. Let me just see what happens. Edison. Let's see if it happens. Anything happens. Business search. Hey, there it is, folks. Boom. Yep.
wow.
Results 498.
I
Wow.
wish I could make this screen bigger.
You wish you could make it bigger? Bigger? I'm scrolling.
Yeah, I wish I could make it bigger.
Let me see. I think I do Command plus. There you go. There you go. Maybe you could see it better now.
I got this on a handheld right
Oh, I did Command plus, so
now.
I made
Okay.
it bigger. But look at, wow, what's that? What's this for? Terminated. What's that? Forfeited.
Oh, wow.
Terminated, suspended, terminated. Oh, what's all this mean? This is all
What is all that?
Edison
Status.
apartments. Oh, okay. So you got to go with the correct, you got to go with the correct Edison, because look at how many different businesses are called Edison. So mine was actually
Yeah.
Southern California Edison. Yeah, so this is all the different,
Okay.
this is all the different corporations.
Yeah, here it would be ComEd or
I'm gonna do it again. This time I'm gonna make sure that I put down Southern California Edison, because I'm looking for the electricity. Southern California Edison. That's the business that I'm looking at. Yeah, there it is. That's the one. Then here, right here, registered agent Christina Limon. Yep. Come on. Scroll up for me, please.
where does it be?
It's
There you go. Okay.
down there. I can't. I'm at the bottom of the page because there's only one Southern California Edison company. But look at the initial filing, 1909. So you know that this lady right here is not the founder, because she'd be like over 100 years old. So this right here
Right.
has got to be a lawyer. This is the fiscal agent, or what are they called again? Can't remember. Registered agent. They registered with the what's it called? Secretary of State. But check this out. Look, it says stock corporation.
Okay.
I thought it was electricity company.
Yeah, there's
No, it's a stock corporation. Kind of interesting, huh?
their stock is in our energy.
That's for sure.
Yep.
Let me look at the advanced.
They
Let's
take
see.
stock in the energy that we get.
Oh, now I know what I need to do is make it smaller so I can see what else do they got down
Oh,
here.
go ahead.
Let's see. Huh. So you can
So I
find out.
wonder.
Southern California Edison Company.
So this gives you the register.
Ooh, here's her
That gives you
address
the registered agent.
for the company. Yeah. And look,
Nice.
they even give you all of the addresses here. Principal address, mailing address, individual address. I'm pretty sure that's not her house.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's not her house. I want to move this little thing here. Yeah, so
So
Southern
I'm thinking for all the people that, I have issues with currently, they're all in different states. So if you go to that state's Secretary
Yeah.
of State site
Yeah.
and then do a search on that business, you
Yes.
can find the agents for those.
Right.
Sweet.
Then you can put their name on
Nice.
that and say, here you go. I think you're using my name as if I'm a shadow employee. Oh, look at this one. View the publicly traded disclosure information. Wow, look at all that moolah. This is how much all those different directors and executive officers make.
Wow.
This guy, Pedro Pizarro, is making $11 million. And they even have shares and options, stock options. That's a smart one, smart guy right there.
Yep.
So interesting that this is supposed to be the electricity company, but they said that it was what kind of a company? Stock
A
corporation?
stock company. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Pretty bad. I
Well,
feel like
that's what they
now.
deal in is stocks and security. They create, I have my suspicions, they create securities on the backs of everything. Your initial contact is an agreement, but on the backs of those agreements for the service, they go ahead and securitize them.
Yeah, on all of the
That's what I think.
contracts. I think so too, because today I got a phone call from Wells Fargo
Mm-hmm.
Auto, and I had bought a car in 2008. I've had 4 cars since then. I don't even have that car anymore. I traded it in for others. But interesting to note that I asked them a question. When I was signing the contract, did you give me disclosure that I could rescind? I don't remember seeing the 2 pages or the 2 clearly conspicuous paragraphs that said that I could rescind this contract. And I feel like because I've found my VIN number and this contract number on Treasury Direct as a bond, I feel like a breach of trust has happened here, and I'm wanting to know who is the registered agent for my name, because when I looked at all of those statements or coupons that you sent me, the name was all capitalized, and I don't spell my name that way. And I think that there was some fraud happening here. So
Mm-hmm.
the guy says, well, I'll have to review all the things that you said on the, answering machine or whatever, and call you on Monday. I said, because if it's a trust and you guys did some things and didn't give me full disclosure, then I'm going to have to rescind my signature. If I can, I don't know. I think it's 3 years, but I'm not sure. 3 days or 3 years, but
Yeah,
a
but
long time ago. But I'm like, that's fraud vitiates everything. That's you guys are making securities and bonds with my
there's
contract.
there's that nunc pro tunc clause,
Mm-hmm.
or now when you can send your response now for then,
Yes, that's
as
good. Yeah. Mhm.
and
I hear your accent.
that's very helpful.
You know,
What?
accent.
You know?
You know.
Oh, geez. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Never been there. Never been there.
You're kidding, really? That's wild. Oh,
No, really. Yeah. Oh, geez.
Minnesota.
Only heard people talk.
But look at how
Oh,
all these people,
that's
Executive
funny.
Officer William Petmecki, Philip Harrington, all these people, look at how much wow, how much they make compensation wise. This guy, Kevin Payne, $3 million. This guy, $11 million. That's because he's got options. Whoa. Well, this guy's got options too. He's got more.
Yeah.
Wow. Of course, I let my dog out and she's screaming bloody murder out there because there's a rat probably under the trailer next door. So I'll have
Oh,
to go and take care of that because then I want the neighbors to be all upset. I won't be able to get her unless I crawl under there myself and say, "You get over here now."
oh no.
I know. But if you wanted to maybe
Yeah,
take
go
the
take
floor and
care of her.
talk or something, feel free. If you want to give any information to people, feel free to talk because I gotta go get my dog right now. If there's something that you can
Oh, ChaYah, I don't have anything.
know,
I'm good at interacting, but I'm not good at taking the stage.
okay. Well, I
Go
guess
ahead, I'll wait. Or
um
unless you want to go, that's fine.
probably gonna have to go because she's screaming bloody murder out there. But this is some good information. I just went on here taking a chance that anybody wanted to go over that new act. And then this is good information if anybody wanted to find out what the registered agent is and find out, the actual address of the registered agent.
Okay.
But anyways, it was nice to meet you,
Well,
Omnicolor.
I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for
Nice to meet
finally
you too.
joining me.
My name's Jen.
Thanks for finally joining me. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no
And
joke.
sorry, I
It's
was sick
fun.
for like a month. There was not a whole lot I could do.
That's okay. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself. So
That's for sure. Well, thank
I'll
you so
watch
much.
the when you load it up
I will
too.
do that.
Thank you too.
So much. Have a good
All
night.
right. Bye bye.